What do you want to do? It's your main man, LilMoMozzarella, and I'm over here at the Growing Up Italian podcast. My first podcast, I had to do the right thing for the neighborhood. Live and direct.
There you go. What's up, everybody? It's the Growing Up Italian podcast. We have special guests, your main man, LilMoMozzarella. What do you want to do?
That's right. Everybody tuck their chains.
I got Pete next to me, holding me down.
Listen, it's an honor to be here. And it's is this your first podcast?
My first podcast.
You know,
The first one that's going to hit the streets, I think.
No, what do you think? I do them in my bathroom?
You have a lot of them in the tuck, no?
I don't have any in the tuck.
right off the bat, for people watching or listening who don't know who Little Mo is, you know, LilMoMozzarella. I mean, they should know.
Yeah.
Who would you say at this point?
It might be
in
in Coleman.
No,
Anybody with Instagram should know.
Remember, who is Little Mo? Like, honestly, if somebody with an X, like, who is that? Like, when you were at the San Gennaro, you had so many people going crazy over you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there had to be an aunt or a grandma. Like, who is that? What do you think they're saying?
A legend.
Pete, how you feel about the legend term?
You know,
Has
I
Mo
feel-
reached legend status?
I still feel like you got a little more to go.
I don't expect nobody to call me a legend, but in my head, I'm a legend.
But that's how you have to make
That's
it.
how I wake up.
Mo
I
came in here
manifest
looking
it.
for flowers.
When I look in the mirror, what do you think I see? Fucking goat.
Danny DeVito.
How you doing?
So, but seriously, who is Little Mo? Is he a comedian? Is he a food critic? Is he a...
I'm definitely not a food. I say food critic. I guess I'm like a neighborhood food critic.
You just like to eat?
And I'm a local. I'm a guy like when you go to work, the guy who breaks balls all day. Take that guy and give him a platform.
I remember
That's
there
what
was
I
a
am.
time where you said you just did this to get free food from your favorite places.
No. There's a real. You want to hear the real story?
Yeah, I want to hear a real story.
This is the real story. I went. So all right, let's backtrack. I'm gonna tell you the whole story.
Talking to the mic.
I never had social media. Everybody used to say to me, actually, Sabino might have been the first person, really, literally, who said to me, "Yo, you should do social media. You know, you'd be good on whatever, Instagram account, all that bullshit." My wife didn't like it. She was against it. She says, you know, it just causes trouble and all that. Long story short, I was in the studio doing some voiceover work. And when I was there, the people were saying, what's your Instagram? And I said, I don't have it. This was like March 24th, around the time of when the pandemic started. People literally would come in the studio with masks on. And I didn't know what the fuck. I was like, what's going on? They said, you don't know what's going on? The coronavirus? I knew nothing about it. Within a
Oh, you
day,
had no idea? You had no idea?
I
about
know it. No, because I didn't watch. I didn't have social media.
What were you, living under a fucking rock?
Yeah, I live in my world. I don't watch social
You
media.
don't watch the 9 o'clock news, Mo?
No.
Yeah.
I never watch the news. No Facebook, no Instagram.
You don't
no
read
nothing.
RG?
No. Only whatever I hear from people flapping at work. So, long story short, people tell me about the pandemic. They're telling me when I'm doing the voiceover work, say something about the coronavirus. I don't know nothing about it. I couldn't even talk on it. I never heard of it before. Within 2 days, my company where I work, I do construction. At work, they told me, hey, listen, we're going to stay home. You know, it's pandemic, blah, blah, blah. No one's going to work, all this other crap. So I'm home. That night in the studio, I made a social media account. I got Little Mo because I always call everybody Mo. They call me Mo.
Explain that actually real quick. Mo, when you say Mo, actually from being
That's like
from
a neighborhood
Brooklyn, it's
thing.
kind of
It's a
like,
neighborhood.
cause it's kind of like,
to me, this is how it came for me.
Sure.
Because my father would say in like a term of endearment, and you would say in American,
What's up, Mo?
Italian, Momo.
but Momo used
Yeah,
to,
Momo.
doesn't
My
Momo
father
mean
called
like
me
a little,
Momo.
but Momo meant a little like
Yeah.
a little off.
Yeah.
It was like
He's a Momo.
a Momo is like a nice way to say like you're a dummy, but you're cute, you know. So my father would always say Momo, and he would just call people Mo, and I call him Mo, and then sometimes we throw the Bo. Bo was like a step up from Mo. You never heard
But
nobody
do you,
say Bo?
no,
in
of course.
Brooklyn?
But do you ever
What's
tell?
up, Bo?
But do you
Bo
ever,
was like a little more close.
what about your real name? Do you ever tell anybody your real name?
No, my real name's Mark.
Okay. But
So
what?
we're
But
getting
what
exclusives.
Yeah, we're
over
getting
here.
Susan. So that I'll tell you about that. My brother's name's Sonny.
okay.
So it's funny. My brother's name's Sonny, like in The Godfather, and me, I'm Mark. Right? So it doesn't even make sense for me. So I always had a nickname.
Should be Marco, if anything.
Yeah,
right?
so everybody always, so I always went by nickname.
Now let me ask you,
My name was always Little Mark.
as an Italian, back in the day, did you have a Lincoln Mark 7?
No, I
See,
never.
you
My first car was a Maxima,
a Nissan.
and I tell you, I had a Maxima before I knew how to drive. I got the car, I never drove before. I got a brand new car without driving.
But
my friend drove. I went to drive to my friend to pick it up without a driver's license. And I crashed the pole. I didn't finish the whole story. Let me tell you what the.
Oh, yeah, my
keep
bad.
going.
My bad.
Keep
Yeah,
going,
this
keep
guy's
going.
taking me all over the place. He wants exclusives. Oof, later, you
I
give me the
don't-
money on me.
I don't.
So I left there with an Instagram account. Like 2-3 days later, you hit me up to do Nico's contest.
New York accent contest.
accent contest.
Which you were featured on.
I was featured. I got in, but I had pull.
You made.
You think I voted in, or
Yeah,
you pushed it?
you know, I had to push you through.
You might have
for
pushed it through for me. So yeah, I tortured Nico. I sent him 7 videos. I had no clue what I was doing.
Mo did like one and then sent Nico 7 new ones. Because remember, you're like Mark from
I
Idaho?
thought my first video was great, but I didn't know. I didn't read the rules. It was 1 minute. I sent him like a 3-minute video. Yeah,
well, it's only right you want 3 minutes out of one.
So I didn't know. I didn't know the rule. I didn't even know how to.
But
post
even
on
if
it.
you did it today, you would do 3 minutes.
So let me tell you. So what happened? I got the thing. Now I got it. I'm stuck in my house. So I'm scrolling through, and I came across Barstool, and I was watching pizza reviews. Now naturally,
Now you didn't know about Barstool until
No.
this
no,
moment.
never even heard of him. What happened? Natural as a New Yorker, in my opinion, the way I grew up, it would kind of aggravate you. And it's funny because I get mad when people do that to me now, but I was the same person, right? So I would say, this fucking guy don't know nothing about pizza. You know? Like why is he...
Sure.
right?
Why is he the one leading?
Yeah,
doesn't like
why
New York.
is David Portnoy the authority for pizza?
Exactly.
He's a Boston guy. He's not Italian.
Right, so
I don't
whatever.
know why
So
him.
naturally, I did that. What happened? I went, and I think I did like a review. It's not even up. I went to Pat's Pizza. And
In the
I went,
Bronx,
In
huh?
the Bronx, yeah. And I ate in the car, and I did a little thing, whatever. A couple of people thought it was funny, whatever. 300 people seen it, whatever the hell it was.
300 people?
Yeah, like whatever.
300
you know what I'm saying?
views?
I don't know what it was. So I did that, right?
Peanuts, right?
And then what happened was I ended up I just kept playing around with them, doing them. And I ended up going to Peter Luger's. I did a video, and they...
Barstool posted the
they
Peter
reached out, they
Luger's video.
posted it.
Now, the
Well,
Peter
I
Logos
feel like
give you? Did they
that's
give you
what put
anything?
him Mo over a hump because that's when he reached like 10K and
Yeah.
a lot of people started.
Yeah, I got like,
you know,
I think I literally got like 14,000 followers from that post. So I did that post, and in there they said this guy should review New York food or whatever.
The
It was something
comments.
along that. So a lot of people were messaging me, like thinking I'm working with Barstool. Come to my place, come to my place, come to my place. You sent me to a place, and the person thought I worked for Barstool, but they felt funny asking me. So after the whole video,
yeah.
they're like, is Barstool going to post this? And I'm like,
That's
what's
so
the matter?
funny.
If it's not Barstool, you don't want it? I'm not good enough?
That's just
That's so funny.
So I
That's
just
so
like kind of
funny.
roll with it.
It's funny how people think sometimes.
So what happened? And then I just
After that-
I went to all the. I made like I went and I started writing all the places that I like to go.
Yes,
to.
yes.
So I was looking for nostalgic bakeries at first. I just like.
And this was during the pandemic.
Yeah, I like.
I
like,
think what you were doing was you were trying to support the businesses you were visiting your whole life.
Yeah, but at the
of
same
need,
time,
like-
I felt like I was looking for places that you wouldn't know unless you really grow. Like, who's gonna know Shirko's?
Not a lot of people know.
So you
Right,
wanted
I
to
think
put
about-
you wanted to put people on to the gems in our neighborhoods of New York
the mom
City.
and pop
right.
shops.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Mom and
And you
pop
did, and you did in Brooklyn, you did in Queens, you did in Staten
I did all
Island.
place I went to, you know, because I grew up in a truck. I grew up in the HVAC business. I worked in a truck with my father.
Union.
No, it
Not
wasn't
union,
union. I was
that was
not union.
cash.
I got in union later, but
So wait, did anybody put the rat with the pickup truck outside?
because nobody puts rats anywhere near me.
I see them all over New York City. I don't mean that like that, but I'm talking about union stuff. What's the
No,
deal?
we had a small business.
Okay.
We just did, you know, fix little repairs and stuff like that. Long story short, we would always, you know, for lunch, you eat in the truck. So I liked luncheonettes, bakeries, we
Sure.
would get coffee. So my places were the DeFontes, you know what I mean? You know, Villabate.
Yep.
You know, we spent a lot of time in Little Italy. My family spent a lot of time in Little Italy.
Court
I
Street
always ordered
pastries.
Court Street pastry.
You went to in Brooklyn. You went to what's this called on 13th Avenue? B&A.
Love being there.
Crispy
Classic.
Pizza too. You went to no?
Da
No,
Vinci.
actually, I
You went to
didn't.
Da Vinci.
I went to Da Vinci.
In 18th Avenue,
I did so
65th
many
Street.
places. I did so many places. I think
So, Mo-
in total right now, we did a spreadsheet. I think I'm at like 170.
A spreadsheet.
Yeah, I put on a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Because he's getting business now,
The
huh?
accountant did it.
I
Look
like
at
guys
that.
that work for me. What do you think? I got to Mickey Mouse
No,
operation?
Your overhead is
Now,
crazy.
now,
My
now,
overhead's nuts.
now, the only thing I want to learn now is that I see you're getting driven around a lot now.
I got to drive.
Now, I don't know what's
that
going
was
on.
in my bucket list.
Okay.
I can't afford it.
Yeah.
I
So how
used
did
to.
this happen?
No, I always, because in my bucket list, I don't drive good.
Yeah.
I have an attention problem.
Okay. Like ADHD?
I would
I
never
have-
guess that.
I have ADHD. Yeah, I do. I'm like actually
I know.
NAMI, MDSG. I support those groups. I do. Hands down. I do. I'm like on a board and shit.
Yeah.
Google my name. So listen, so I go, So long story short, I when I drive like this, and I talk to you. Dangerous. You don't want to be in a car with me. So when I was a kid, I always grew up with the little guy in the group. I was always in the back seat. You know, I was driving around Brooklyn.
Sure.
And I'd be like a Delta 88, and I was in the back. Oldsmobile, Delta, Celebrity, and my friend be here, my other friend here, and I'd be like this with my arms on the chair, talking. So one of my goals in life was always I want to drive it.
He's the worst backseat passenger of all time.
No, I'm the best. I got stories for days. I make people live.
Like Mother Goose got stories for days.
So listen, I got more gems for you. Now let me tell the whole story.
Go ahead.
There actually was like a thought process put into it. What it was, all right, if I do a short video and I have a mask on, like during the pandemic, you have a mask, it's based off a robbery. That's why I say nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. I'm robbing the place, like a bank robbery. I have a mask on and I'm going, nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. I'm here for whatever, and nobody gets hurt. All I want is the fucking prosciutto de Parma, the chicken palm, the mutz on a semolina, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I don't think he's ever explained that on social media.
I don't have anybody explain it to. You're the first people invited me
on. But let me ask you, you go to all these different spots. It's during the pandemic. You're supporting them. You go in there. Your energy level is 100, right? Right off the bat.
It's like 150.
Okay, maybe.
You want to know the truth? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even kidding you. I swear everything. To me, now I'm like a 7. What you guys see is like an 8.5. I could go like...
What about when you're in mode?
I keep it down, Lou.
Tell the people about mode mode.
Mode is this equivalent to Superman going into the booth. No, because no, it is a character. It's an alter ego.
It is.
I have 2 alter egos.
You know,
I got the Little Mo Mozzarella. That's like Little Mo's. This is Little Mo's thing. Little Mo, you can't penetrate. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Little Mo. When I'm Little Mo, like I did stand-up comedy recently. I go up as Little Mo. I can do anything. Nothing bothers me. If I'm going up there as myself, maybe I'm not the same. You know what I'm trying to say?
You know, listen,
it's like a little bit of alter ego.
We're at this place called Blends. That you were hosting.
Yeah, he was tight. He didn't get invited.
You were hosting a party.
You didn't get invited, bro.
I did.
He didn't show up.
Did you vouch for that?
Yeah, I did. I got invited.
That's what's the great thing about social media.
I just said I couldn't make it because I had my kids that day.
Okay.
But when you told me,
we're gonna go back to Bum. I want to say one thing. One thing I like about social media is you could go to the tape. You could go to tape. Nobody goes to tape enough. Like, I got a lot of things I want to go to tape over.
You scroll back a lot.
I want to go to tape. We could go to tape on that. Because he says that I don't invite him places. But now, the tape...
No, because he
edit it out.
He wants to invite me to places I know already. I want to go to the steakhouses.
I don't go to that many exclusive places, man.
The steakhouses that invite you. Bring 10 people.
I went to Rick's the other day.
How does it feel, though, to have, like, these restaurants really ask you to go there? Like, isn't it...
I like it, but you know what? I feel like, you know, look... If you don't make videos, right? If you never made a video, you don't know what it takes to do it. It's a lot of work. You know, it's work. What I'm trying to say is I should be asked to go there, in my opinion. It's work.
No, well, first of all, you can't feel bad. First of all,
I don't feel bad.
No, here's the thing. I do
the right thing.
I do want to say to small businesses and to creatives and to anybody who's watching or listening to this. First of all, building your own. You're your own small business. Yeah. You're your own platform, right? You took a lot of work. A lot of less sleep. You have a regular job.
Oh, I can't even go nowhere without glasses on no more.
People don't know you got a regular job. Well, I mean, you got.
They think I'm a laborer. Everybody thinks I'm a laborer.
Yeah, but
you make fun of. He makes fun of the unions too.
Yeah, but
like
because
he knows, that know
yeah.
me and seeing me with him go, oh, he made fun of the steam fitters union one time.
Sabino, I need your help on this. Mo has nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt.
Hold on 1 second. With the other one.
The funny, we literally asked Mo one question and we're still on.
No, hold on. I do want to get this out. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Or you could even say, what do you want to do? Right? What else? Keep in mind. Shine like a diamond. Stop being a neck bone.
Oh, you want me to throw my
smack you?
Yeah. Shine like a diamond. Listen,
hold on. Let me go down.
The one nobody crossed the line on is the semolina. I haven't had no repeats.
But don't you feel like
they know that's me?
But hold on. But don't you feel like you're inspiring people instead of them copying you?
I don't care if they copy me. I just want a little respect.
What does that mean?
Well, how do they show you?
How do they wet your
show
beak?
You respect?
Fuck it. When they see me, say, "Yo, you're a legend." that would be respectful.
He wants them to kiss their feet.
No, I don't want that. To me, if somebody like created something. You know, when you meet them, it's like, bro, how you doing, man? I love your shit. You see, I did a thing like you did, and I did talking to this guy.
But what does he not do for you? I'm asking.
No, he does stuff for me, but he also favors more of the Italians off the boat, and he takes shots at me all the time.
One thing that people do say a lot because I always post you. People say, "This guy's not Italian." The one thing I always say is, "What do you mean?"
Oh, his face.
He is Italian.
In the face, he looks Italian.
How do you like answer people that say you're not Italian?
I don't care because I'm not trying to be Italian. This is the way I look at it. I grew up in an Italian-American neighborhood. Italian's very big with claiming things. He's with me. I'm a bang.
Part of my crew.
My thing is this. I don't want you to claim me. I've been claimed my whole life. Now I don't want to be near any of you. You don't want me to be Italian? Great. But if I was saying I'm not Italian, then you would get mad.
Yeah, it's true.
Italians are double-sided. They do both sides. My thing is very simple. My thing is not the Italian gimmick. You know, right now there's the whole Italian-American gimmick.
Sure.
To be honest with you, if I just did that, I would probably have a lot bigger of a following.
Sure.
If I just did that. People like that. A lot of people who do those acts, when you see them, they literally did not grow up around any of that. And they'll be the first to say, this guy's a phony. But they don't know you can't tell a phony unless you have something to compare it to.
Or no.
This is the thing that I think with Italian-American culture, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Italian-American culture was very big in cinema and all that, right? In movies. A lot of people didn't grow up around that culture, but they're connected to it through movies and television.
And streaming now.
Whatever it is. And they think what people think people act like is The Sopranos. I'm not saying everybody. The Godfather. You know,
Goodfellas,
people think that.
They watch it, even international. They watch it, and that's what they think it is over there.
So what I'm trying to say is, then they'll like, one of the things that I always say is, like, when people make those type of comments is, I think it's interesting that someone would say me and go, recently I get comments where people say, we do not claim this guy. Now, this is someone who wants to use that word that never really used it. Right? I don't claim this guy.
I've seen comments
we don't claim this guy. And then you look at the guy, and I say to myself, well, what does that mean you don't claim the guy? Well, because I act obnoxious or whatever I do. But the same person would be a big fan of Silvio on Sopranos. I think that's comical. Why? Because he's an actor? I'm acting too.
No, I hear you. But let me ask you.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Little Mo's a character.
But let me ask you. You get 100 comments on your post.
Most of them are positive.
Hold on. You get 99 good ones, one bad one. Are you the guy to forget about the 99? Hold on.
Yeah.
And fucking not understand why this one person is doing it instead of being happy that 99 people are fucking with you.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you.
This is a problem for creatives coming up.
No, I don't respond. For me to sit there and say, no, annoy me would be ridiculous. But I don't respond anymore. I recently
used to get bananas.
I don't do it no more. This is my thing. This is what I say to myself. Like, I did a lot of supporting my people, let's say, right? I did all this type of stuff during the pandemic, and I was championed with them, you know, in the 5 boroughs at least, right? Now I go out to Jersey, I go to Connecticut, whatever. So it's like, you could do all this good, and they just hang on to one little thread of thing, you know? So it really, it's and you want to laugh. Most people that I've responded to that said negative stuff usually just wanted to talk to you. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I'll talk to them like, nah, I used to like, yeah, it's weird.
But this is why I tell you can't take anything personal.
Yeah, I don't take it personal. Unless you owe me money.
Sabino, where we going with Little Mo? His first podcast ever.
That was the first question. I honestly wanted to just document the story of how I met Lil Mo.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had my shop in Queens, and French Montana had his album
look
out.
what he's eating.
LilMoMozzarella. I'm good right now. I'm good right now. So Lil Mo came by my shop, and I recognized his voice.
How you doing?
So I go to him, are you Sammy Sausalito? And he goes, yeah, Mo, that's me. Yeah. So French Montana had a skit called Moneybags Intro, and Sammy Sausalito, a.k.a. Little Mo.
How you doing?
He goes, I got a lot of nicknames for you.
Sammy Sausalito, Frankie Boom, Frankie Forget About It,
Joey Boom Butts, right?
Yeah, then what else?
You know how Richie did Bobby Lupo?
No, Richie. Anybody know what Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Yeah, that's Steven Seagal.
So his skit stood out to me so much as an Italian American. I remember like putting all my cousins onto it, all my friends. We used to send it around. So when I heard your voice, right away I recognized you.
Yeah, a lot of people recognize you from my voice. Yeah,
and since then, like it's
well, you're loud, right?
But Mo's family comes from Williamsburg, where I come from. So then I was like, oh wait, so you live over here in Queens, and then you're really from Williamsburg. So we hit it off since then.
Hey, listen, you became best pals. You know,
I got a money line with him. Your panini shop, honestly, if I didn't know you, would still be up in my top 5. I love your food.
fact that you know me, it's number one then, right?
Nah, I mean, I'm just being real. I do enjoy your food. You have delicious food. My family loves your food. Your mozzarella's banging. The fucking,
do you come and buy it?
You do have some Gavone meals.
He's
French fries on chicken cutlet. I mean, you get a little crazy.
Yeah, you get a little
nuts. And he runs his social media page, you know, and now he's on to bigger, better things. He's a big-time Hollywood bets in a month.
I see him out there.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Look, you could see.
But why would you call him a Hollywood star? What makes you call somebody a Hollywood?
To me, Hollywood is just breaking his balls.
Yeah.
Hollywood means, you know, I think it means doing better than what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't
a lot
think
of people
Hollywood's a
say
big
like,
deal.
oh, you know, you're in the food business. That's what you should be doing. But
You
why
can make
not?
anything that's
not do
bad sound
more?
good and good sound bad. It depends how you say it, right?
It's just like people say to him that he's Hollywood. Like Mo, a lot of people that know Mo know that he has a really good job and he don't need to be doing this.
No.
So what makes you, you know, after work run around to all these places?
I don't know. I mean, at first, I think you just like anything else, you get tired of doing it. You know, I'm gonna be honest. You know, you get tired. Like a lot of times, you say something like, "Oh man, I don't feel like doing this right now." But you know, like I really am about like trying to spread some kind of positivity. Like I am like that. Like at work, like I don't want to be dreary. I wake up miserable, and I try from the second I wake up miserable, I try to make my day better every day.
Yeah.
So if I make somebody laugh and have a good time, you know, I think the pandemic was a perfect time for me.
Now you've done that. Obviously, I think San Gennaro feast and
Put him over the top.
and put you over the top.
Yeah, you think so?
But check this out.
I think it's a staple.
lot of
I think
work.
it's a staple.
No, but what I mean by this is it's a grind, and I want
a lot of work.
but not only San Gennaro. I want to tell people for a little Mo.
How many days is St. Gennaro?
Dude, that was the
14?
hardest thing I ever did in my
Well,
life.
we're gonna get
my
to
wife
it.
literally was like, I will never do that ever
No,
again. It was so much work. I know it's the best part about it because Italians all calculate how much money you make.
Yeah, yeah.
They have calculators.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Nosy.
Nosy. They're sitting across from
Forensic
me
accountant.
and doing the math and telling me how much money I made. And I'm like, dude, I'm throwing shirts out. I'm not really like...
Pete, what were you going to say, though? Say what you were going to say.
No, I don't even know if I remember what the hell I was going to say now.
I just want to interrupt this conversation and do one thing.
You're going to interrupt him many more times than this.
I just want to show the ring.
I don't. Pinky ring?
Go ahead.
Cuz, you're a sick bastard.
You can't make this up.
What
No, I will say one thing about Mo, too, that I've noticed from day one. Like, when you first did the Side Talk episode, you said, I'm going to do it in Little Italy because Little Italy doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
And now you're
I
doing
have a
St.
connection with
Gennaro.
Little Italy, so I'll tell you.
Because your father was
My grandfather was
Talking
born
about-
on Elizabeth Street in Manhattan.
Elizabeth.
Street in Manhattan. They lived above Albanese Meat Market.
Oh, shout out to
I
that.
did.
That's the homie.
The original spot. They moved. When I found out. I mean, when I was a kid, we changed the boiler there too. I was in the heating and air conditioning business. We changed the boiler in that place. My
Local
great-grandfa-
54?
My great grandfather brought the Saint. There was a social club there with the Saint from the town. He brought the Saint. He took care of it. He used to sell those little white almond things, the wedding things.
Well, that would hurt you if you throw that
Conviet,
at
you
you.
say in Italian.
I don't know how to say it. Confetti. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
confetti. There you go.
So anyway, as a kid, when I had an air conditioning heating business, we did refrigeration work in Little Italy. It was one of my accounts. Was like the whole block. Back when people used to pay you with cash in a bucket. Like maybe 95, 96. Yeah. So I have a relationship with a lot of people down there, and I knew it when it was like Little Italy.
Sure.
So I feel like it needs help.
And,
So I go there a lot.
Because now it's down to 2 blocks. You know.
It's small. I feel close to home.
because you talk about a job, and I think anybody watching this, or even people who watch Growing Up Italian that want to get inspired to do their own thing, like Sabino has done, like you have done, or maybe like I have done. I will say this. The day job, as much as people hate it, you know, it fuels the dream job. And I only say that because a lot of people look at a job like it's a bad thing. You know, when you want to be creative and you want to do what you have to do, you know, you have to put in that extra work. Like, for instance, a lot of people could be like, Mo, I'm tired. I worked all day. You're fucking working all day, and then you're doing 2 jobs.
Yeah, I have 2 jobs.
So you set up your future. It's not easy. So I'm commending you for it. And at the same time, what I'm trying to say is, you said sometimes you don't want to do the job, but at the end of the day, it will springboard you into your next chapter.
Yep.
Don't you think? Hasn't it helped you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think so. You know, I'm just like, my thing is this, like, you know, like with social media or whatever. Like, I'm not, to be honest, I mean, like, I don't want to be like an influencer. Like, that's not what I'm trying to
Well, what do you want to be?
Yeah, what are you trying to be?
I want to be like, I don't mind having social media, but I rather do something of substance than just like winging videos. And
Like a TV show?
No, like maybe just be more of a creative in the sense of like, writing out what I want to do, planning, maybe like a sitcom type thing. Like I'd like to try to do that type of stuff. Maybe a little acting. Yeah, I don't want the social media overshadow.
I heard you have a little cameo in Nico's movie coming out.
Yeah,
I saw you in it. You look great.
I gotta commend them. They did a great job. They made me look like I can
Shout
act.
outs to Nico, man, doing God's work.
Yeah. That's right. Listen,
he's over here
you got to
with
give a shout. You got to give a shout out to Mo too, because I think that possibly, I think there could be a good future for you in acting. You have that face.
But can't I tell you what I don't want to do about acting.
What?
Why I don't like what I don't like about acting. Unfortunately,
You gotta
come
say
up to
exact
become
lines.
an actor is a lot of
Bro, to come up
hours
to become, first of all, to come up to become anything.
No. But the problem is, truth be told, you can't. If you have a regular job, you can't take off 3 days a week to go try out for movies.
True.
It's tough.
Right, so that leaves me with cameos. Do we want Little Mo in as a cameo? And do you just want to be typecast as a cameo?
Well, then once the bag's big enough, you could.
Yeah, well, or you could leave on. Or I'll give you some advice. Back in the day when I was podcasting early on with the Combat Jack show, I was still working. I was working a bread route. Off the books, quick money, yada, yada. It was at night, yada, yada, yada.
Well, you know what you
Shift
need on your
up
show?
over.
You need something to drink while you talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or why not put an espresso machine up here? You make
I think we
people
have some scotch.
If somebody wants espresso, they got to go downstairs.
No, but the reason...
Rock, are you serious?
But
Yeah, we have some liquor in here.
What do you got?
We got some tequila.
He just wants some things on the arm. Listen,
No, it's not that. It's just I'm trying to
joking
help
with
you
you.
out. I want to see you excel. You know.
I'm joking with you. What I'm who me?
I forgot Little Mo gets
No,
booked.
no.
I forgot he gets booked for gigs
Whatever,
at the
let's
clubs.
have a drink.
He does it all.
What-
Food, restaurants, bar mitzvahs, weddings.
I mean, this guy dances.
Oh, let's
Bachelor
talk about the
parties.
weddings. The weddings were sick.
What about the Jewish wedding you went to?
That was sick. This guy, that was crazy. So this guy reached out to me and he was like, it was like 5 o'clock, and he messages me and he's like, literally, I do not want to hear no. You're coming tonight to my nephew's wedding. He loves you. No is not what I want to hear. When can you get there by 7 o'clock? I'm like, so I think the guy's shot. Anyway, I answer. I'm like, dude, it's like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Whatever. We worked out some kind of deal. I said, listen, I'm wearing a Sergio Tacchini. I am not going to get a suit. Because the thing with me, what I don't like about going to weddings, honestly, I gained a lot of weight. I eat a lot. Now I don't fit in no
Yeah, I was
suit.
gonna say like you don't.
I don't fit in
request
suits.
But how did you gain weight? Being a gavon?
Yes, I'm a
He's
guy.
going to 100 spots a week.
You're
Nuts.
eating every fucking minute
I
of
don't
the day.
know. I haven't. Listen,
Ever since
let's
they
go
gave
over
you
this.
free shit, you've been eating all day.
No, let me explain something to you first off. You guys are confused. I am not a cheap person.
You're not.
Okay, I always go in my pocket.
Yeah,
Now,
but sometimes you pretend to go in your pocket though.
Yeah. You do that. You're
He
good at
goes
that.
like
You're good at
He
that.
He just puts the 3 fingers in there.
Yeah, he's good at that.
listen,
You don't want me to pay?
we work out another way. Well, I know.
No scotch, but we got some.
So what were we talking about? Oh, the Sergio Tacchini. So I tell the guy, I say, I'm going to come, but I'm coming in Sergio Tacchini. He goes, that's even better. So now I'm like, it's great. I'm going to roll up to a wedding in Sergio Tacchini. Dude, I was there about 7 minutes. I went there.
You're ambassador for Sergio Tacchini now, right?
I'm working with them a little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit, yeah.
You got a little Mo discount or something?
A little Mo discount code.
I need at
Little
least-
Mo
I need
2021.
at least a flavor. All
I guess
right,
in
salute.
January it's over, but we're talking.
Salute, yeah.
Salute.
Salute.
No, you're not supposed to hit cardboard, your fingers.
Yeah.
Come on, Coney Island. These guys don't know nothing.
Listen, this Brooklyn, Queens. I never seen somebody that represents Brooklyn and Queens.
I actually represent every borough.
The only time Brooklyn and Queens comes together is on Brooklyn Queens Day. That's the only day.
So let me ask you a question.
And you're in Staten Island a
Let
lot.
me ask you a question, because it don't bullshit. You can tell the truth?
Yeah.
You don't really watch my videos. Once in a while.
What are you
You
talking
can't tell
about?
me every video I went to.
Because you don't like them.
No.
Little Mo.
Are you
You
counting?
can't keep up with all of them. I do a lot.
Let me tell you, if I ever like
take it the
I
wrong
try
way.
to support every
Oh, no,
video
I
I
don't
see.
mean it in a bad way. Just
I don't
hear me out.
comment on your stuff.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
Are you keeping audits of this?
No.
if I ever like a video, he goes,
It's a
wow,
big deal.
you were in a
It's a big deal. I almost think he has me restricted. It's very difficult for him to find me. I think he has to search it out. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, if you notice, I went to every borough. I like the New York thing. Like, I like that. Like, I feel like a New York. I grew up as a New Yorker. I like supporting New York stuff. So when everybody's always like, where you from? New York is like, I think, in growing up as a New Yorker, New York's very big with where are you from?
Sure.
Where do you clean?
Sure.
Where are you from? I grew up in Queens and Brooklyn, equally the same. Where we live, if you know the neighborhood, you know Williamsburg, right? You know Ridgewood, you know Greenpoint,
Maspeth,
you know
Middle
Maspeth, you know Middle Village,
Yep.
Right? That is really
BQE.
To me, that's the same neighborhood. Not to everybody. People from the neighborhood start getting nitpicky. Oh, fuck him. He's from Greenpoint, whatever, blah, blah.
Yeah.
My family shop was.
I feel like as we were younger, we would be like that. The older you got.
No, but I same thing. I grew up in in all different neighborhoods. I've been everywhere, but mostly Brooklyn and Queens. The Bronx. I go now. I enjoy it. I love Arthur Avenue.
Bronx has a lot of great food, a lot of
I have
culture.
friends there. They're good kids.
No, let me ask you. What's the best Little Italy though? Are we giving it to?
So this is the thing, like that.
Arthur Avenue.
No, that's what I'm gonna say. So that's it's a matter of how you look at it. Like for what it is, if you want to say, is it really a Little Italy? Most people are gonna say the Bronx. But for me, what Little Italy means to me because of my upbringing, it's Manhattan. You know what I mean? I always joke around of Little Italy. I did a TikTok about it. It's so true. You ever notice that when people go to Little Italy, they get more Italian?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, they think they're more
No,
Italian.
but it's funny. Like, you actually, like, people are like, how you doing? What's up?
Like someone that doesn't drink an espresso might drink an espresso.
The pinky goes higher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him on the hot seat real quick.
Go ahead.
Break down what you think of these boroughs. I'm gonna tell you different cities. You tell me what they represent, what they are to you.
Well, I don't know. That's a weird
Brooklyn.
question.
If I mention Brooklyn, thorough.
Brooklyn, my parents are Brooklyn, are from Brooklyn, my family's from Brooklyn, so I don't know,
Brooklyn's your home.
it feels like home to me, but I was raised in Queens.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Queens.
Queens to me is more diversified.
Okay.
I don't know. Feels like that to me.
Staten Island.
Staten Island's the least diversified as far as I'm concerned.
A lot of neck bones.
No, it's just different.
But why do we have to pay $20? Or if you have Easy Pass, so hold on. If you're a Staten
Staten Island's nice. Look,
I like Staten
all
Island.
boroughs for what I like them
Staten
for.
Island's Brooklyn with a cover charge.
Yeah, but it's exactly what I'm saying. Why
People,
No, I
especially,
don't think-
especially from South
To
Brooklyn,
me,
a
Brooklyn
lot
and
of people.
Staten Island are not the same at all.
Yeah, but why do they charge money to go over? Why can't we charge them money to come over here?
Now I think it goes both ways. You got paid both ways.
You do that?
Yeah.
You go both ways?
13. Okay. Hey, yo. Hold on.
Yeah, money. Anyway, listen.
Wait, what do I think of the name? But we're still in the
I think it's
that's a hard-
13. It's
I think it's a hard-
13 though.
Manhattan. I always loved Manhattan.
Why?
Growing up, I used to write graffiti as a kid. I used to love that. I used to go in Manhattan.
trains,
I was like 14, the trains,
the bright lights.
I would ride the trains just to ride trains like graffiti.
Manhattan's like Hollywood for us. You think about it. I remember going to 42nd Street.
I miss like the old village.
Yeah.
Record stores.
Yeah.
Was that record store?
Fat Beats?
Fat Beats. I used to go to Fat Beats, go over there, whatever.
You get a haircut at Astor Place back in the day?
I did. Yeah, I did a few times.
He's a landmark.
Shouts our guys asked.
He's a landmark.
CBGBs, all that shit, that McDonald's, Grace Papayas, BBQs. I love that shit.
Yeah.
A little delinquent. I was a delinquent.
Now,
I was out late.
Now, what about Long Island? What about Long Island? What goes on over there? What are the people?
I always took shots at my whole life.
Why?
Because, they're easy to pick on a little bit for me.
Why is that?
Because they're different. They play lacrosse. They got the bent bill hat. They got that Dennis the Menace sticker, the one peeing off the side of the truck.
See, you know a lot about
They got
Long
the
Island.
shell necklace.
This is what I want you to do
Yeah.
for Brooklyn. Go back to that.
I'm going to do it. Now I see what you want. So, Long Island, I always took shots at. But, to be honest with you, my most support, for me, Little Mo is Long Island.
Really?
Yeah.
So stop apologize to them.
I do. I said it at the feast.
Strong
Island. I was actually keeping track of feast. I was asking people where they're from, and I'm keeping track of who's actually buying Little Mo merch.
I'll tell you one thing. The hardest job in the world is Lil Mo's accountant.
Sure.
Yeah.
Keeping track of
No, his wife.
Mine is
That's
nice.
the hardest job.
Mine is easy. I don't do no cash, nothing. No, I do everything on the books. I'm a very straight guy. I don't get in trouble.
Yeah. What do you do? PayPal, Zelle,
Everything PayPal,
Square.
whatever they want to
take
pay. I don't
EB
care they pay.
Yeah.
But I don't do nothing wrong. I know I have a target on my back.
I wouldn't say that. You're not, you have brought joy.
I grew up thinking there's
No, you're burnt. You're a little burnt, and I'm gonna tell you why. You brought joy to the internet. Why do you think you have a target on your back? You're a fucking character. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean,
American from New York.
Yeah, but that's why they're watching you. Because the way you talk, the way you walk.
I want to show some love to Long Island. So Long Island shows me my love. There's a reason I think it is because a lot of them are construction work. It's a blue collar thing.
Sure,
I'm a
sure.
blue collar guy.
Sure.
I work with my hands. You may see me dressed right now, Sergio Tacchini, like a gentleman.
I mean, how
That's
much money
only
they
I
giving
get
you?
dressed.
How many times you want to mention Sergio Tacchini on this podcast?
They're paying him a lot.
Okay. I love
They're
him too.
comfortable, bro.
I love him too. Send it this way. How you doing?
All right, so good. So, all right, so what are we doing next? Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn to me, were, you know, the feel. I'll give you the feel of it for me. You know,
about
Brooklyn.
the food, right?
You know, like Biggie,
people,
like Brooklyn
the people.
love, Brooklyn love. Brooklyn does show a lot of love. Everybody I've ever met, like from Brooklyn, usually like embraces me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's up, Mo? How you doing? So, you do get a lot of that. You don't get like, I haven't really got no haters out of Brooklyn. Queens gets a little haters.
Queens gets the money.
No, Queens got a lot of. Yeah, Queens is a lot of guys know Queens about making money. But what I'm saying is Queens is kind of like a mixture of Brooklyn and Long Island. I feel the same way about Staten Island. I feel like it's a mixture of Brooklyn and Jersey.
And what's your problem with Jersey?
I don't have a problem with Jersey. I just don't know anybody really from Jersey. Like, I know like maybe 8 people from Jersey. So I just take shots at them because of Sopranos.
But what do you mean? You don't like The Sopranos?
How do you know if you don't like The Sopranos if you never watched it?
I didn't used to like it.
Why
now
not?
I like it because I thought it was Fugazi.
Yeah, but after
I didn't relate to it.
After you watched
I thought it was what I thought was the good parts of it. I thought they got from New York City culture and they just put it in a Jersey setting. I didn't know about anybody from Jersey and how they acted. I just thought like, to me, Jersey was like Tom's River in my head. You know,
Seaside.
Yeah, I didn't know
Shore,
of
Jersey
like
Shore.
Newark.
Yeah.
And like there's people like us. I didn't know about that.
There's a lot of people.
I was one of those kids that never really left the neighborhood. You know, the
Sure.
So I didn't know. Now I'm like cultured.
You know, I'm going to give this back to Sabino, but I will say, as a New Yorker, you recently made a trip to Connecticut to find out what's going on with the pizza over there.
Bones.
What do you mean?
Super duper.
That's fucking funny.
Connecticut, it's sick. They dress like it's the gear in Connecticut is literally like LL Bean, Asics, and like Lululemon.
And what's that other one with the H? Hollister.
Dude, I actually made a video where I said this. I got out of a car and randomly just videotaped people's sneakers. It's that running gear outfit. You know, it's like they're always dressed to jog.
Because these neighborhoods are not
what I'm
going to like
saying?
you after this.
They're always ready to go.
They're ready to go. No
No,
tips.
I mean, no, Connecticut does have like a street side to it too. You know, it's got like a hood. Yeah, they got a hood part because I didn't know. I've been constantly looking like for like a whole state I can make fun of, and like Connecticut was that diamond in the rough, man. Like you can make fun of anybody in Connecticut. No one's doing nothing, right? And like a bunch of biker dudes from Connecticut reached out to me on like they were like tight. I had to squash it.
Listen, this is
You gotta make a couple of calls?
Yeah.
Sabino,
Remember when I used to call people?
Yeah.
Sabino, I used to call people if they bothered me.
I'm going to pass it back over to you, but right before.
It's that part. It's that part of the show.
Yep.
Overrated, underrated.
How you
perfectly
doing?
We're gonna ask Mo and then we're
Nobody
gonna
moves
ask Pete. Okay. First one, penne alla vodka.
First of all, Penny alla Vodka to me is perfectly rated. To me, one of the best restaurants that has is Gino's in Brooklyn and Bay Ridge. They make the best Penny alla Vodka. First of all, for the Italians, vodka sauce to me is our cheat code. A lot of people think of us as marinara sauce, maybe a little spicy.
I might change my mind. You're kind of
No, I'm being honest with you. Vodka is our cheat code. I mean, it's beautiful.
You're trying to talk me into this.
A lot of people make vodka sauce different. Sometimes with prosciutto, without.
It's overrated. My opinion is definitely overrated. And I hate the ones that really taste like the bacon or some shit. What they put in it?
Prosciutto. I mean,
No, but
if
that's
it's
more
bacon, you
carbonara.
can already tell it's not good.
I don't like that.
Feast of the Seven Fishes.
To me, it's extremely perfectly rated. I mean, to me, success is looking forward to something. I always look forward to Feast of Seven Fishes. I mean, it's a fucking movie.
What are the seven?
It's a movie. I mean, we do scallops, we do fried shrimp, we do clams and linguine, we do filet of sole with the broccoli rabe inside. A little bit of fresh lump crab meat. I fucking love Feast of Seven Fishes. Yeah. Like honestly, I invite non-Italians to my family's house.
I mean,
just to
it's
experience
a big thing.
this
Like
shit.
people, when running this page, people always ask Feast of the Seven Fishes. Feast of the Seven Fishes. Oh, what do you think?
So I gotta say overrated. I'm at a guy.
They're fucking losing your mind.
I am. I'm not a big fish guy. You know, in my family, we did that. I usually just pick the shrimp out. I don't eat the bacalao, nothing. No.
Nope, I don't eat
You like
bacalao
Uncle
either.
Junior?
No,
You don't like fish?
My nonna, she does regular spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? With marinara. And then she does like a garlic and oil. She does all the fish when we to digest, we do the finoc.
Not a lot of people know about Pete. You know
need
about
that to digest.
Yeah.
You do that to digest. And then,
You know
and
what I'm talking about?
the fennel.
The fennel, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
I cut it up.
It's like licorice.
I put it under the water.
Yeah, it's like
A lot
licorice.
of people chew that.
I eat it.
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, I went for the pasta, bro.
That's the moneymaker.
That's somebody
Actually,
for me.
I do want to say one more thing. Feast of Seven Fishes. It's funny because like 2 years ago, my sister called me, my mother, and say, "We're gonna chip in a little bit more money this year. We're gonna get lobsters."
Yeah.
So they did the
That's
lobster.
That's a
How was
big
that?
step up.
We all had lobsters, but keep in mind, when you get lobster for 20, 30 people, and all these people are coming over, they're not putting any money in.
Yeah.
So it costs a lot of money for a Feast of Seven Fishes.
Listen, now that when we're doing
That's
this,
the only thing we're
I
doing
overhear
is those two?
my Zias and Zios. I have one more. I hear my
One
Zios.
more.
I have my Zios
The
and
other guys eat
Zias
5.
saying like, "Let's chip in," because as you get older, it's like everybody counts. Like, okay, but you always cook, and we just show up. It's not fair. Family should chip in. Okay, lentils on New Year's Eve.
Come on.
Does it bring you success? Does it bring you money? Is that statement overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated?
I mean, I'm going for the hat trick. Lentils are perfectly rated. First of all, they are good. They sound like they're not good, but they're good. They're like one of those, like you may get into a relationship and you don't know, but once you get in, you understand. Here's the thing. I like money trees in my life, and I like lentils. It has brought me success. Okay?
How you doing?
I'm fucking dead
Bro,
serious.
you write this fucking questions for Pete? You're making him shut.
you-
I gotta say what I like. First off,
do you-
can I
do
tell
you-
something?
do you-
I don't even like lentils.
He said you're making
I
him
might
shine.
Like them. In my house, we didn't eat lentils on New Year's Eve.
No?
No, we had fucking lasagna.
On New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve,
Not Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving
too.
Oh, you always have lasagna.
But I gotta slip. I can as much as I can get it.
You don't see that? He had it on Thanksgiving and
And I
New
just
Year's.
want to drop the merch. I got new merch coming out. Lasagna.
What's-
It's my new gear coming out. Yeah,
Yeah?
fettuccine, lasagna. I got like a whole thing I'm doing.
All right. Throw
Sick,
some our
no?
way. Throw
I'm
some
gonna
our
get
way.
a little-
All right, I got one more fun question. Mo, do you want me to start with you? Are you ready, or you want to?
I'm not scared.
Go off
Can we
Pete's
talk
answers?
about what fucking food we like?
What do you,
hold on.
I have that next.
Hold on.
I'm gonna put you on the hot seat.
Go ahead.
All right. So you got to do a hit with one, go to dinner with one, and gamble with one. De Niro, Pesci, Pacino.
Pesci, I'm doing a hit with.
Why?
Because I feel like I could swing him that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about getting pinched.
Okay.
He looks like he's on both sides.
He'll be
of the
quiet?
fence.
He'll
Yeah,
be
I think he'll be quiet. De Niro, I think might snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Hendry.
I like De Niro though. I mean, I'm a big De Niro fan. What am I gonna say? I shouldn't even call him a snitch.
All right. So
So I like Pesci. I'm doing a hit with.
okay. Dinner,
And what's the other thing I'm doing with them?
gamble.
Oh, gamble. I'm gonna go to dinner with De Niro, and I'm gonna
Because you think he's
gonna
gonna pay the tab, right?
Nah, I just
Or he'll
need
bring
I
you
think
to
he has a
Noble.
I would like to conversate with him a little.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Pacino's a little whacked out ever since Carlito's Way. He never got out of a character.
He just-
fucking hairs all over the place.
go
He looks
crazy
like a
rolling
nut.
dice with him.
Yeah, I want to go throw dice with him.
Pete, what about you?
Man, you got me thinking. That was perfect, Mo.
Come on.
Yeah, I think so too. That's exactly how I would have answered too.
Well,
buddy.
I think
Yeah.
I may go
Legend.
down the same way, but I'm going to explain. First of all, I'm doing a hit with Pesci. He's a fucking maniac.
He's mint,
okay.
right?
I mean, me and him are going to fucking like just go nuts. Okay, with a hit. He's a guy that does that. He's a maniac in any movies he plays. Think about
He's
Casino. I mean,
And he seems like a knockaround guy.
exactly. I agree with you.
Goodfellas too.
I'm going to sit down with De Niro because one. He's one of my favorites.
He's
I
probably
wanna-
the wealthiest
I
out
want
of
to
the three,
ask him
right?
questions.
Yeah, but I don't look at people's money.
Yeah, but if
You know
you're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
sit down with them 2 hours, you probably learn the most.
Well,
from
you
them.
want to learn a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I would gamble with Pacino. I would play craps with him because
Right?
but
He's like a maniac.
and put it up there.
He's like a maniac.
All right, it's hot seat time.
I feel it.
I'm sending invoices out after this one.
All right, go ahead.
Best place for a New York slice.
A New York style slice.
Yep.
Right now, one of my favorites is Luigi's.
Luigi's and
Park Slope.
Yeah,
I don't know.
heard
It's
of
not
it.
really Park. I don't know what they call it anymore.
I've heard of it. I've heard
You never
good
been
things. No, I've heard of it. They, I saw your video there. Your
Yeah.
video there was great. I liked it, by the way. You
And,
go check.
and your boys over at Boston went there.
Oh, they went there.
Yeah, they
your
fucking
boys.
steal all my recommendations.
Your boys at Barstool.
They steal all my
Okay.
recommendations.
Mo, we're gonna send out invoices. Best cannoli.
I got to do Baby John. What am I going to say? It is.
He'll smack you if you
He'll
don't.
smack me. But, truth be told, in my opinion, it's between Villabate
It's
and
Villabate.
Palermo, and I got to give him the edge. And I don't even really eat Villabate that much. But they treat me like
Like family.
I love them. I love them.
Shout
I
out
won't
to
say
Baby
between
John.
them two. And Baby John, you know, is basically family. It's my uncle. You know,
Best rainbow cookie.
Court Street pastry, banging.
Now talk about the filling.
Because they use apricot there.
That's
and I
why,
love
right?
I like apricot.
It's all right.
lean
I like
towards it.
apricot too.
I like the
I like
raspberry.
Raspberry, I
like
think
the raspberry.
Villavata's got it.
Yeah?
Yes.
No. Villavata uses, I think, pineapple or orange.
They have a mixed thing,
Yeah,
right?
they have a mixed thing. Remember when we went there?
Yeah, I love Court Street pastry, you know?
I never.
And then,
I gotta
listen,
try
you
'em.
gotta see for me and Shirko's, you can't say that these are all top notch in the city. They
Yeah.
really are. When you're talking
Listen,
cannoli
if
stuff-
somebody brings you a box, you're not complaining.
No, never.
You know?
There's a couple places that someone brings you a box, they just went to the local, whatever they could stop.
Yeah, wherever they could
you
go.
know, they didn't go the extra mile. Somebody comes to Villavata, you know, you feel like they respect you.
Yeah, especially if they're in Queens or something.
Yeah, you're like, bro, these guys,
Yeah.
gentlemen. But yeah, these are top. So cannolis, I'm gonna do Cafe Palermo, Villavate, Shirko's. Those are my favorite places.
Is there any hole in the wall place that a regular person from New York might not know that you want to recommend to them? Like a Moe's must go.
Auntie Panini shop is a nice
I mean, I think people know us.
It
already.
is.
No.
Nah, I need like a serious underdog.
A serious underdog.
Yeah, like
Listen,
something nobody knows.
Court Street pastries is letting those underdogs.
Yeah, I feel
people-
like I've never had. Pete, have you ever had Court Street pastries?
No.
All right, so let me
Nico,
just tell you
you?
something
No.
about.
See, nobody in this
All
room
right, so
besides
listen,
Mo.
Carroll Gardens.
God forbid you brought a
To
box.
me-
so
to
you
me,
come
Cool-
to
Carroll
this one,
Gardens, you know, that part of Brooklyn, which I call South Brooklyn. That's the people from that neighborhood call South. I lived there a long time.
Yeah. Carroll Gardens
I-
has great food.
I lived there-
Frankie's
I lived there
3-5 or
yeah.
Spanita. That place is
I lived
amazing.
there 10 years. So I know the neighborhood well. There's a lot of bakeries in that neighborhood.
Sure.
You got Mazzola Bakery, you have Monteleone, you have Caputo's, you have Court Street. These are all blocked from each other. A lot of competition.
Yeah,
They're
legendary.
when you go shopping in that neighborhood, typically what I do, I go to each place for a certain thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Caputo's is got banging bread.
yeah.
The bread is banging. You know, Monteleone's got a lot of cookies. You know, pastry and stuff as well. Court Street, I usually go for sfogliatelle, cannoli,
Which is
and rainbow
overrated, by the
cookies.
way, this Foyadell, right? That's why we're here in the first
It's overrated.
place. The
I'm gonna
reason
tell
why
you
we're
a
here in the first place
I'm gonna tell you a
is
story
Foyadell.
about sfogliatelle. First off, to me, and I gotta say this because let's just.
That's
be
the reason
open
we're
and
here today, by the way.
These guys are Salerno. I've been to Salerno.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there. It's on the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. So when I went to Italy, I travel a lot over. I have cousins that live over there. I told you we actually have like a relative that's
You
right?
fly
With
private?
Mo wants to say he's my cousin now.
No, I do have a cousin with their same last name from their town, but we haven't figured out if they're related.
Now, when you go on the Italy plane, do they know you? Like
No,
the-
but
the
I
pilots.
I'll tell you just to.
He hasn't been
I want to
since
be honest.
the fame.
To all the people out there that take shots at me not being Italian, I probably get treated better in Italy than they would.
Oh,
When I went to
definitely.
Italy, I got treated like a king.
Like gold, yeah.
Like
'Cause you
gold.
got family there.
I have a lot of family there. So I went there, and this is why they upset me. I'm talking about the grown-up Italian kids.
Me and Rocco.
I'm going to tell
He's
you
right
what.
here.
Shouts to Rocco.
Because you guys are really paisan with Naples. You know what I'm saying? Salerno to me is Naples, right? Sfogliatelle is the Napolitan pastry. You know what I'm saying? That's their thing. Cannoli Sicilian. Those are the two that go head up, right? Usually. And it's like they disrespected the whole, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people.
The reason
disrespected.
why I
think
said
he
it was
did it. No,
overrated.
I think it was strategic.
To get views?
You wanted to.
We would never do something like that.
They did a little.
Growing up
little shot.
Italian.
But this is the thing, like you gotta see, it's like my grandmother, she like, you know, that's like special to her. You know what I'm saying? If I go get pastry, I get her one. She has it with a couple.
Yeah,
with
because
espresso.
Yeah, but
you
to
make
each his
them-
own.
He makes them fresh. I get them from your local bakery, and it's like the reason why I say it's over. The reason why I said it was overrated. That one wasn't a strategic play, but because Napoli Don, Salerno Don, people from where we're from, they worship Sfogliatellas, and I thought it was like a little overrated because there's better options.
I agree with you. But I do
That's why I
want to
said
say
it.
Dude,
this.
there's nothing better than having a nice sfogliatelle hot with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but-
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, but a Pignoli cookie is just as good.
Yeah.
Pignoli's great too.
See, like I'd
But
rather
what I'm
have 4
trying to tell you
Pignoli
is, what are you?
cookies.
Your background,
Sicilian.
You're Sicilian.
Yeah.
You have to say that. Pignoli's from where?
I don't know.
It's
so-
Sicilian.
They're expensive.
I'm gonna go on record and say this. A lot of people are not gonna like that. I say that. In my opinion, in New York City, in Italian pastry shops, the Sicilians tend to be the better bakers.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to argue with that.
I believe that.
I'm not going to argue with that one.
Sicilians have good recipes.
Sabino, no, again.
But the best frittata I've ever had in my entire life was in Pompeii, in Italy.
Do you know the name of the place?
That's a big tourist town.
Oh my God.
You know,
You ever heard of Pompeii?
I thought that.
Pompeii was a town that
Dude,
that burnt down because of a volcano.
Yeah, Mount
So
Vesuvius.
it's like deserted.
Dude, I
There's
went into a cafe there, and this lady came out. It was like in the movies. You're from America?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I'm from America. She thought, like, she was asking if I knew Bill de Blasio, if I knew Giuliani. She started throwing names at me.
Both of them?
Yeah, she's throwing names at me, whatever. So anyway, I see this frittata. They're making them in the oven. I said, let me get that. Dude, oh my God. It was the sickest thing. I would get on a plane right now and go to Italy for that.
Nah,
it was
the sickest thing in
Italy
Italy
like heaven, bro.
is in Italy, like when you get the late night munchies, you don't go to McDonald's. You go to the bakery and they make the cornetti with Nutella. So it's like a croissant with Nutella.
Did you ever have
that's
Did you ever have the donut? It's like a donut. It's like a potatoes.
like a bombolone?
Yeah, is it? No, it's like some potato thing. They got them by Salerno too. I went there. I went to when I was on the coast by Positano. They have it. It's like a donut or something. Oh
Listen,
man!
Italians make a lot of crazy things.
Sabino, I do want to give mine real quick, just
Wait,
in
but I want
case
to say
anybody
what my
wants to
best
know.
food is. We don't even talk about the things.
Let me just hit mine so I could give
Oh
with
God,
you.
usually do that you.
No, what I mean is this: you said the best pizza that you gave in the Court Street.
Oh, wait, so hold up. I want to talk about the pizza again. So I immediately said Luigi's.
Yeah.
I said Luigi's. I love Luigi's. The guy's a gentleman. He's a real pizza maker. And he's a pizza maker's pizza maker. If you ask somebody who makes pizza, who they think's a good pizza maker, I'm talking about New York style slice. Because I'm going to tell you, in the Italian style slice, I put Lucali's as my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, Lucali's is good,
now,
but
I just want to say something. But that's not.
but that's
the
a
pizza we
brick
grew
oven.
up
That's
on.
a different. First of all,
I know,
yeah.
but people tend to overlap them.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now.
Yeah.
I usually say DeFara. I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say right now, one of the best, I'm not going to say the best, but one of the best pizzerias I love is Crispy Pizzeria on 13th Avenue. They make legit pizza. Listen, they got their vodka slice, their grandma slice.
Crispy pizza's good.
They're very good. And I would say for pastries, I'm going to go Cuccio's on Avenue X in Brooklyn.
Cuccio's is very good.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you right now, there's another one of my opinions. Da Vinci Square.
I mean, it's the best.
You can't touch.
I don't like their regular slices. They're square. The mozzarella is so
touch.
fresh.
You cannot touch them.
18th Avenue, 65th
What
Street.
about LMB? Overrated?
Overrated.
No, but
Oh,
see,
wow.
so Pete, you don't hold no punches. I'm actually being nice here.
I don't care.
We're going right at the.
I want it. First of all, from what I know, they sold.
Yeah, I just saw you go there recently.
Yeah, but all right. So
I had to go with Burner.
So wait, hold on. The Fontes, new owners. You think that let's keep it
I'm
real.
I'm staying out this one.
Well, I'm friends with
As a
you too.
sandwich thing.
When I did Axe Hollywood, I went there.
If it's new owners, you have to give them a shot.
Do you think it's the same as when you were a kid?
Absolutely, because
You think that
now some
same?
things change, and that just comes in time.
You know what pizza was ridiculous? And I don't care what anybody says. Back in the day, mashed pizza was
I never heard of it.
banging.
Roses you talking about?
Dude.
69?
No, Rose. When you in Mashed, you either went to Mashed Pizza
I
or you went to
heard of it.
Roses.
I never heard of
It's
Mashed
gone.
Oh, it's gone. We're talking
It's
about places
good.
that are gone right now. All right, what's next for Little Mo before we go? What could people expect
Wait,
to
you
see
didn't
from
even
you?
talk about chicken cutlet.
What do you mean chicken
That's
cutlet?
my favorite meal. You said we were going to talk about it today.
What about chicken
You said you were
The
going to
best
talk about it
sandwich? The
today.
Little Mo sandwich?
What do you think? You're in after school? You
I've
get
been talking about chicken cutlet things. I want to do a chicken cutlet contest.
Who makes the best chicken
Yeah,
cutlet?
because I
But
keep
you said
saying
chicken parm. Pete, didn't he say chicken parm?
Forget chicken palm.
I don't even know. I can't
These
keep
are
up.
my
with it.
rules. These are my rules.
What makes the perfect chicken cutlet, Mo? Tell us.
I know the way my mother does it. She dips them. She bakes them. She does like a whole thing. Then she takes it back out. She puts more yolk on it. I don't know what she does.
It's got to be golden. The chicken cutlet's got to be
I don't-
golden.
Do you like the seasoned with the Italian flavor?
Oh, no, you talk about 4C,
4C.
like
I
4C.
like the
Yeah.
breadcrumb.
Go 4C.
I like both, but it's got to be a golden
both,
chicken
yeah.
cutlet.
I like to switch it
You
up.
double dip though?
Yeah, double do it. Yeah, I forget that you're a
I'll be honest with you. I just love chicken cutlet by itself sometimes.
Me too.
I love chicken palm, but I could eat just chicken cutlet by itself.
So I just want to say one thing because we're talking about the thing. So we talk about pizza, right? And it's like I went to all these food places, right?
Sure.
I did like 100 or whatever places.
Yep.
Restaurants to me definitely the hardest to do. Like I have my restaurants that I like, but I love sandwich places. That's why I want to bring it up because I have a lot to say about it. Because what I said to you is I did the bakeries, But the second thing I did the most was
Chicken Colors.
Heroes.
Did you go visit Leone's?
I didn't do a video there, but I've been there.
John's Deli?
I didn't do a video there.
I don't understand. You did all the... Again. Come on.
I'm going to do them.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Those are going to be good ones.
I'm doing John's Deli like within the next 2-3 weeks.
First of all, John's Deli...
When this comes out, I'll already be at
John's Deli has, to me, one of the best legendary roast
so
beef
what am I
sandwiches.
getting at John's Deli? Tell me.
First, you're going roast beef with extra gravy, onions, and extra... I'm sorry.
Not red sauce, by the way, Fred.
No, I'm talking about
10%.
Do you want to go? Do any of you guys want to go with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
Because I spoke to the owner.
Rob?
Yeah, chubby guy?
Yeah.
Sorry. Nice guy. I see him.
We're just having a conversation. The camera's rolling.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? I talked to him. I told him I was coming there, and I never went.
Is he getting the red carpet out for us?
I don't need none. I want to help him.
Let me ask you something. When people invite you out to eat to discuss business opportunities, are they supposed to pick up the bill?
100%.
And most of the times, do they?
No.
That's a new school thing.
But how do you...
I'm very old school. I pick up the bill everywhere I go.
But can I ask you, how do you feel like... And doing business
Same
with
guy
somebody.
is letting his girl pay for dinner. So
No, but
I feel bad.
do you have weird thoughts when that happens to think of like meaning the future of business?
Oh, I didn't think about it that way. So you just took an Elon Musk route.
What about when you go out to dinner, 6 guys, and they all pull out credit cards?
I do that. I don't.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't take cash. I never have cash.
It's always a write-off.
I don't do cash.
It's always a write-off,
I don't do
right?
cash business.
How don't you do cash?
I don't, because I'm not in the business.
How are you in the
cash.
construction world and you don't have cash?
Because I don't.
You should have 200 grand and a fucking hard hat right underneath your bed.
I would be in jail. I would get locked up. What are you talking about? I take a paycheck. I work for a company. I don't.
Yeah, but you don't pull out a couple of fazools before dinner?
Not really.
I hate when they do the 6 credit card things.
I don't usually do
I'm
that.
just like, all right, yo,
I don't
Venmo me it.
Yeah, I usually don't do that. What I usually do is pick up the tip.
It's like people become mathematicians.
Well, how do you feel about people saying,
like, I didn't have the burrata.
I only had the calamari.
Yeah,
and then you got to figure out $32.
I don't
like
know.
you pay for your seat at the table. It's that simple.
I don't really do that.
I only had 1 drink. You had 2. I'm like, yo, you're a mathematician or we're out to dinner? I don't understand. What are we doing here?
Well, chicken palm. Go ahead. Let me hear what else. So, all right. So, can I just say the one thing I want to say with the chicken?
Yeah.
All right. So, what I'm saying is, I want to do a little chicken cutlet contest. I want to hit like the 5. So, you know what I mean? Spots that I know are good. Sandwich spots. But what I like about the chicken cutlet thing is, everybody does a chicken cutlet plate. It's not just a deli or a panini shop.
Or like chicken milanese, they call it, you know?
I would just make the rules. The rules is breaded chicken cutlet and fresh mozzarella. You dress it up any way you want. You put in any kind of bread you want. You can
It's
go
got to
any
be
toppings.
mozzarella. It can't be provolone or something?
No, I want mozzarella because I'm LilMoMozzarella. It's got to be the mozzarella.
It's a chicken cutlet mozzarella contest?
Yeah, but you put the add-ons, and I want to do each borough. But it's a lot of work to do. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I think it's something you set up. We'll talk about it, and I think it's something that your fans should be interested in.
Yeah.
Don't you want Pete as a guest host, a guest judge?
We've been trying to work out those details for a long time. The guy won't budge.
Mo,
You gotta fucking come with the right paperwork. You gotta give him.
listen,
Gotta give him a couple of reps.
I support Little Mo, and I actually want to humanize you for a second before we end this episode. It's not easy to go out there and be yourself and be creative. You ever get those days where you feel like you don't want to do this, or you're down and out, or like how have you been able to push through? That's it's funny because some people could watch this and think like maybe you're obnoxious, and you're not, but you're very confident. You're not cocky, but it comes off that way to some people because sometimes I have that. But the point I'm trying to make is it's not easy to do what you do, and that sometimes I'm sure you felt like giving up. I mean, I've spoken to like people from every aspect, and a lot of people sometimes feel like giving up. I don't mean giving up like meaning you have a family, you have a kid. I'm talking about like
It should be a lot easier.
You get discouraged.
It'd be a lot easier for me. And I'm someone who does get bored very easy with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have to like reinvent myself. You know what I mean?
Well, what would be some advice you have for some of these younger TikTokers or somebody?
Don't copy him. Make sure you give him.
Well,
credit.
no, I'm saying be nice. Honestly, what is some advice you have?
Make sure you kiss his feet when you walk into the
My advice would be that everything that you do is recorded and timestamped, and just be careful what you do to try to get views and likes, because your past will come back to you. Don't compromise. There's girls out there dancing for chicken cutlets. You know what I mean?
But let me ask you something.
You know what I'm saying? There's guys out there doing things out of character, running around playing pranks, smashing people in the face with things for views and laughs.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying, like, the guy who's made funny but is the one who does that. Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Chupapi Moniano.
no, not him. Well, he does that too. I like the one who does the soda can.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
the blow. What about the guy at Home Depot with the thing and he blows in their face? But I'm just trying to say that my advice would be that.
yeah.
I would say that if me, everything I do, I try to do positive. I try to make people laugh. That's my intention. There's no malice in what I do. My intention is trying to make you laugh, and people still take shots at you. So imagine how they're going to feel when you're out there doing negative stuff.
Do you feel like you're misunderstood? Do you feel like people don't understand you?
I don't know.
No, I'm just honestly thinking because
I don't know. I mean, in what sense?
do you feel like you're not like like some people don't get you, or do you feel everybody gets you?
Misunderstood.
No, I think that I understand that people that watch people on any kind of media, right? Like whether it be a movie or social media, think they know that person, they don't. So I understand that.
Well,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but you come across, when you're a personality, you come across, people actually think they know you, especially if they listen to you or talk to you.
People think they know me.
You know,
People tell me about things they shouldn't tell me about.
Yeah, but sometimes,
they tell me sick shit. I'm like, oh shit.
sometimes you're dancing. Do you got to put Bengay or anything on the next day? Because you're out there, No, I'm being honest. Think about it. You're not shot the next day. It's not easy to recover.
Well, look at him during the feast. He was shot the whole time, right?
Bro, to be honest, I really feel like right now I'm gonna readjust. I'm at like this little plateau thing. I kind of burnt myself out with the running around doing all these restaurants. I'm still doing them, or eateries or whatever you want to call them, but I'm not doing as much as I was. Trying to venture off into some new things, and I'm taking it easy a little. Gonna get my energy back. Maybe go in the gym a little, do some push-ups or something. You know what I'm saying? And come back stronger.
I like to hear that.
I'm like plateaued right now, but I'm about to go like, what do you want to do?
Sabino, last thing.
Oh, I want to say one thing. I want to say something too. I want to say one thing.
We're gonna have this documented.
We're gonna document. So I want to talk about this thing.
Okay, so first of all, this is the wall of fame in Growing Up Italian Studios.
Yes,
and it says we don't take culture, and we'll show a picture on it. We are the culture.
Nice.
You have Frank Sinatra,
Legend,
the late great James Gandolfini.
Legend. He's got all legends.
Go ahead.
I don't know who that is.
What do you mean? You don't know who?
The guy yelling.
Gigi Buffon.
Gigi Buffon.
He's only won a World Cup with Italy.
Yeah.
I don't play soccer.
He's probably the greatest Italian soccer
Now, hold on.
I don't play soccer.
No big deal.
Hold on. The reason why we're showing this for is because Little Mo feels he needs to be on this wall.
No, he didn't exactly say that, but he said a Brooklyn Italian.
First of all, Sabino,
how do you not have a New York Italian on this wall? It's insane. Then take the Brooklyn Bridge out. Put fucking Meadowlands Arena there for these two. This guy put fucking.
What do you mean, this guy? That's Bocelli. What are you talking about?
Put a soccer field. You have no business having Brooklyn Bridge in that picture at all.
But we're from Brooklyn.
But you don't have
Me and
you
Rocco,
there.
me and Miguel.
So put
We like it.
Anybody
There's
listening
no
to
rules
this?
by the way. If you're a creator out there, do whatever you want. Don't let Lil Mo tell you what to do.
Sabino,
No.
Whoever's watching this, leave in the comments if you want Mo on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They don't want me. Listen, I told you I plateaued. I know what they're thinking. Right now they go, this guy's annoying. They swipe past me. But I'm back. I'm coming back. I want to just do a little, I got to give you guys a little prop. So I want to be nice. Pete, his old school guy in the game, you know what I mean? He's kind of like a Yoda a little bit. Like a little bit like a Yoda. We got, you know what I'm saying? I want to shout out Sabino.
I'm Jabba the Hutt.
No, shout out Sabino, his young producer in the making. You know what I mean? The guy's fucking rubbing elbows with stars and everything. Congratulations. Yeah. I got to say one thing. Look, during the pandemic and all this stuff I've done, there's X amount of people that I've worked with.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because I don't really collaborate. You know what I mean? I work with you guys, Growing Up Italian, Pete, Nico, Side Talk.
Shout out to the guy Jack.
Crime Faces.
Yep. Shouts Crime Face.
Nem, shout him out.
Yep,
Nem's
shouts
right
out.
now
Bing
is
Bong.
Super hot. Bing Bong. You know what I mean? But I only got like, I don't think I'm even leaving anybody out. Am I? I mean, I got like 6, 7 people that have showed me support that I work with. And I'm happy to
And your family. That's who you're leaving out.
what I'm happy to see
Yeah,
is...
shout outs to your wife.
Yep.
Your wife supports you.
No, you can't say that ahead of me because now I get edited out. I have to do that on my own.
Yeah,
but get me pinched. Relax. Let me say
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not done my speech. What I'm happy to see is that, in my opinion, the people that I happen to be networked with are all really winning. You know what I'm saying?
All leveling up. I always think about that too.
Everybody's leveling up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's leveling up. So I'm in a good, tight-knit group of people. You know what I'm saying? That are doing good. That
No,
I like,
it's
that are
important.
positive people. So, and then let me say, my wife, don't steal my thunder. Edit right here. This is the tape. I like to thank my family, my son, my daughter, my beautiful wife. How you doing? She
Keeps it all together, right?
She keeps it all together. She does a lot. My wife lets me, you know what I mean? She lets me
She
go out
runs the
around.
merch for you.
She does a
She's
lot.
your biggest supporter.
She's my biggest
When's the
supporter.
last time
you-
And my son, all the time I miss with my family.
Yeah.
I miss a lot of time with
God,
family.
listen, it's not easy to do what you're doing and be a creative, but here I will say, let's leave you on this. When's the last time you've been to confession?
Honestly, the church would collapse if you walked in.
Hey, you want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? I confess almost every night. I pray. But I don't do it to a priest. I do my own thing.
Okay.
I say the Our Father, and I say what I got to say.
Say how you doing?
I say how you doing, you know?
Because usually in the name of the Father, Son, how you doing?
Every night I actually, you know what I say? I say to God everything since I'm a kid. Since all these I can remember praying, I always start off by asking God to bless everybody on earth. I do one of those.
You're a generous guy.
I cover everybody. I want to cover everybody. I don't pick and choose.
You're a generous
I say
guy.
I want everybody to be good. Yeah.
Listen,
Sabino,
on
let me
that
show you
note,
how to do
on
this. Take
that
this
note,
home.
on that note,
What's some
Merry
mozzarella
Christmas.
on this?
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays.
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
And-
holidays.
Merry Christmas,
This is the
Happy
quietest
New
I've ever
Year.
been. Let me do a little.
Happy holidays.
Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. Pow!